north to Moscato.
I guess so.
Slip same ships, Seaway.
I guess so.
Money left.
Yo, not saying got the best flow. Phenomenon, got more brothers, bosoms, big beards, call me Ramadan.
What is good, the people?
Sign of the time.
Yes, we are back again. Another edition of 24/7 Boxing, coming by way of your Don't Listen podcast with your host, of course, TP is in the building. Stop playing. Okay, here we go. We're going to talk about, Canelo and my man Terence Crawford. We're going to talk about this fight because I've been hearing so much craziness out here. I've been hearing some craziness out here, and it's very much a one-sided affair if you listen to all Terence Crawford critics and casuals and people that say they know the sport. This is a one-sided affair. And today we're going to get a little clarity going on. We're going to get some rebuttal going on. And we're going to talk about some things that, I ain't hearing nobody really talk about, because in the case of the mega fight, because that's how big it is, it's a mega fight by today's standards. You got Canelo Alverez, who is everybody's pick in this fight from what I've been watching. And you got Terence Crawford, who should be mostly everybody's pick, right? Because the main thing that I'm hearing is that Terence Crawford is too small. He coming up too many weight divisions to do, the fight with Canelo. Canelo's too powerful. I hear all these things, right? Whereas a lot of people forgot that Canelo had to move up, right? And everybody said that is his power going to translate into the upper weight divisions, and we heard the same stuff, right? But what we didn't hear was the same excuses of why Terence Crawford can't do what Canelo did, right? Because people forgot that Canelo fought at welterweight, right? Oh, that wasn't a thing, right? And then he made up his own division where people had to go to 154 or something like that because he was too big for 147, right? People forgot that. So, when he went up in weight, it took him a while, Canelo, to fight somebody that could actually challenge him. Like, he fought Triple G. Triple G was an old man. Triple G was 557 years old. And in two of the fights that I saw, two of them, I could say Triple G beat Canelo. But that's not how it played out, right? And then is a guy by the name of Dmitry Bivol that everybody seemed to forgot about that fight. I don't know why would that happen. Oh, cash cow. Oh, I don't know why everybody forgot about the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Dmitry Bivol. Cash cow. Oh, is that why they forgot? Because they want Canelo to be unblemished. They want Canelo. Oh, there was somebody else that beat him. He's not. Floyd Mayweather. Oh my God. Right? And then, it was fights that Canelo was in where the guy was obviously a better boxer, obviously a better technician in the ring, which Terence Crawford is, where you know, Canelo eventually got to him. Because if you remember the fight against Amir Khan and Canelo Alvarez, Amir Khan was tearing Canelo up, peppering him. He was peppering him because the hand speed was just so much faster than Canelo's, right? People forgot about that, and then he got caught, right? Power met the road, the rubber, whatever, met the road, and Amir Khan went to sleep, right? You could say the same thing about Caleb Plant, where Caleb Plant, by my school cards, from me watching that fight, Caleb Plant easily was winning that fight 4 rounds to 2 when something happened to him, right? He ran out of gas. That's what it looked like to me. Canelo started catching up to him and eventually wore him down and got him out of there, right? And I think that's more so what happened with Munguia, Billy Joe Sanders or Saunders, whatever. He was so much bigger and stronger than those guys. So he eventually wore him down and got him up out of there. But there was a guy that people must have forgot about. And his name was Dmitry Bivol. And he basically gave you a blueprint to beating Canelo Alvarez. The blueprint is simply this. The blueprint is keep a jab in his face, keep peppering him, and don't stand in front of him so he can counter you, or don't just stand in front of him. You got to give him angles and move around. And be in superior cardio shape. That way you can go 12 rounds if need be with a guy of Canelo Alvarez, because people forget that he got a gas problem. So what did Dmitry Bivol do then Caleb Plant didn't do, Amir Khan didn't do, and a host of many others, was keep the pedal on the metal, keep peppering him. What did Floyd Mayweather do to Canelo that nobody could do? See, because that's on a whole nother level. Now, what Dmitry Bivol did was just kept his foot on the gas. But what Floyd did was, first of all, the counters was crazy. It's swing, miss, I'm going to hit you. Swing, miss, I'm going to hit you. Swing, miss, I'm going to hit you. And Mayweather did that for the duration of that fight. And he led with a overhand right. Instead of jabbing, he was hitting him with overhand rights. And he led with that punch, or he started out with that punch. It wasn't too much combination fighting for Floyd in that fight. It was, I'm going to hit you more than you hit me, and every time you swing, I'm going to make you miss and make you look bad. All right, so what make people today, so high on Canelo is something that perplexes me. Because if the people that he been beating up as of late has not really been top tier guys, in my opinion. Now, Caleb Plant, I would say at the time was top tier for that division, yes. Right? And he's a good boxer. I give him credit for that fight. But Billy Joe Saunders and Munguia and some other dude nobody ever heard of, until he fought Bivol, to me, that was the only person that provided any challenge really for Canelo, where I thought Canelo was in trouble from the door, or where I think Canelo even tested himself in that division, in the higher weight division. So when people say, oh, well, Terence Crawford ain't going to be able to handle what's going on in them heavier division, it don't seem like Canelo will be either, because the top guys in his division he don't want no parts of. Because when he did try to step up in those divisions, he got beat by Dmitry Bivol, the thing that everybody seemed to forget. Is it just me, or am I just telling the truth in here? And I'm one of the only people that do and has not been scared to bring up that fight, because none of you people bring up that fight. All you other boxing channels, there's a couple out here that did it. There's a couple out here that did it. But they seem to throw that fight under the rug. They sweep it clearly under the rug. Nobody want to talk about the way Dmitry Bivol just tore Canelo up in that fight. Nobody talks about it. But they talk about his recent victory. They talk about the victories before he got to Bivol, but they jump over that fight like it never happened. And if you look in the annals of boxing history, we all know it happened. I know what happened. You know, the people that pay attention know, we know what happened. I know what I saw. I saw that fight. Right? And Canelo did not look good in the upper division his damn self. So what we talking about here? You talking about Terence Crawford that moved up in division just like Canelo did, moved up in division like a whole lot of boxers did. All right, I'm going to give y'all two boxers. I could give you three that went from lower divisions up to heavyweight, which was two divisions from where they came from. The first one I would say is Roy Jones. Y'all forgot about him? Y'all must have forgot. Yeah. Roy Jones went from a lower division, went all the way up to heavyweight and captured a world title. Y'all forgot about that? Who else could we say? Evander Holyfield went up from lower divisions, went to the heavyweights, and became world champion. Oh, y'all forgot? What y'all forgot? That's a little history for y'all. If you don't know, now you know. So you can't say you don't know. Right? Right. Stop playing. Okay. Now, when it comes to Terence Crawford, all he do is beat who you put in front of him, right? And looking at his training that I've been watching on YouTube, and he got a little bigger, he got a little bigger, a little muscular, you know. What makes you think he ain't that great? You can't put Terence Crawford on Vander Holyfield level right now, talking about what he did in boxing. As of right now, I think you can. Now, Roy Jones to me is a top 5 for me. That's a top 5, right? And I can't really say where Terence Crawford gonna end up on my list yet, because he's yet to be finished. But from what I've seen from him, tells me this man, first of all, he ain't scared to challenge himself because he's doing it, right? A lot of guys I'm watching guys, a lot of stuff going on in boxing right now, and I'm hearing all kind of craziness, right? And especially from a lot of the boxers too, or ex-boxers, with the commentary. Last night I watched Shakur Stevenson fight somebody, and they was talking about all the things he was doing wrong, and all he did was win. All he did was beat dude up. And what I would say to boxing is, y'all need to switch some things up. Y'all got to get some of these biased people up out of here. It's not good for the sport. It don't look good. You got guys out here that used to be boxers just, I think this guy's going to give him problems. Really? How did that work out? The guy hit Shakur a couple times, but guy wasn't nowhere near close to or in this fight what they was talking about. I'm like, what are they looking at? And this is the same thing when it comes to Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Because if you listen to these people, Terence Crawford has no chance in winning this fight. None at all. If you listen to mainstream media, everybody say, oh, it's too much power. You even had Joe Rogan, MAGA self. Now he MAGA. I don't know what happened to Joe Rogan. But I respect his boxing. I respect what he said about fights because he know what he talking about on a lot of stuff when it comes to the fight game. But if you listen to these people, all of them say, "Oh, Canelo's just too big. He's too powerful." He also is too goddamn slow, right? He's too slow. He also flat-footed as hell. He also don't fight well against boxers that has a lot of skill with their defense and moving on their own, because the way Canelo take you out is you at a place. He knows you're there. He throws the punch because he wore you down before he got there, and it's always the same punch that he knocks people out with, hurts people. It's always the same punch. And if you know that about Canelo, don't be in that space, which I'm sure Terence Crawford knows what that space is, right? Anybody that had any kind of defensive prowess gave Canelo problems. Okay, and Floyd Mayweather was the ultimate teacher in that. Even though that fight was early in Canelo's career, which should have even been more of a reason why he shouldn't have let an old man like Floyd take him to school, which happened that day. You know what I mean? But if you got any kind of defensive prowess, which Terence Crawford obviously have, then fought many world champions, right? What makes you think Canelo is going to be so easily able to hit Terence Crawford? It's not easy for him to sit. I hear people saying, "Oh, he set guys up and then he wears them down. He sets them up, wears them down, and then he takes you out." Okay, if you are there to be hit, well, guess what? Any boxer in the world could be set up, worn down, and taken out. But Terence Crawford's boxing IQ has that not told you people that he knows how to be in there, and when he in trouble, know how to move, know how to fight, period. Terence Crawford ain't show you he was great all these years. Everybody talking about, oh, Canelo gonna punish him. He too big. Really? That's anybody could punish you in any weight class. Little guys beat up big guys all the time in the real world. You know, a lot of people be big for nothing. Whole lot of mouth, big as hell, a whole bunch of muscles. Can't fight their way out of wet paper bag. Stop playing, okay? So at the end of the day, where everybody's seeing Canelo beating Terence Crawford so easily, this is the thing that I'm so perplexed on. I'm watching. This what made me do a video today. I said it had to hold up. Are they what they forgot? They forgot who Terence Crawford was or is. And they heaping all this praise on Canelo, heaping it, throwing it on there. He ain't even asking for it. Canelo ain't even asking for it, but you got all these people just, oh, Canelo, 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 Canelo. Like, are y'all watching the same guy I have been watching? Because if you look at the opponents Terence Crawford been fighting and the opponents Canelo's been fighting, it ain't the same. It ain't the same. It ain't been the same for a long time for Canelo. He challenged himself with, I ain't even gonna say Jermell Charlo. That wasn't a challenge. My man got hit hard one time. He act like he ain't want to get hit again. If I'd have went to that fight, paid for that, I'd have been mad as hell. Because they ain't put up no kind of a fight. And I guess when people saw that, and they said, oh, well, Terence Crawford going to do what Charlo did. They're not the same people. They are not the same people, folks. They are not. They don't fight the same. They don't walk the same. They don't act the same. When Terence Crawford get in there, it's business. You see that. Charlo get in there, it looked like it's business, but I don't see the same person. I don't see the same dog. I don't see that in Charlo. I see that in Terence Crawford. Yeah. And then people forgot. People forgot. They keep heaping all this praise on Canelo. They keep heaping all this praise on Canelo. Y'all forgot that the man got busted using, dare I say, something to improve himself. We know what that is, because it's something about Mexican meat that only get tainted when it comes to him, Ryan Garcia, Tyson Fury. You got all these people out here that eat tainted meat. Y'all need to buy some American beef. I ain't walking around strong. I eat a lot of steak. I ain't walking around strong from nowhere. It's just who I am. I'm strong. But I ain't eating no tainted beef, and there's never been an accident. Like they claim to say, oh, I didn't do that on purpose. It's just tainted meat. Then it turned into supplements, and then it turned into something else. And then the farmer be like, hey, I got some bread. I ain't trying to come back outside and talk about it no more. In the case of Tyson Fury, Ryan Garcia got proven in a court of law, but y'all want to come at Devin Haney like he crazy for suing and kind of, for me, I would have stayed that case. I would have brought the wrath of God down on him and let him know that he did something wrong. Boxing world ain't do it. They suspended him for however long they did, and he get to go on with his career. People forgot Devin Haney got his O back, right? So if the guy that you was fighting didn't get caught with something in his system, they wouldn't have gave him his O back. And people forgot Canelo was on this too. Oh, yeah. He got suspended too. Wasn't long. It was like 6 months. But he got suspended too. Oh, yeah. That was a thing too. But y'all heap all this praise on him. It's this one YouTuber dude. Canelo is better than Muhammad Ali, better than Floyd Mayweather, better than Sugar Ray Leonard, better than everybody that ever came before him. Nobody's better than Canelo to this one YouTuber. I know who you is. You know who you is too, because you like to talk about how people's channels look and all this other stuff that ain't even got nothing to do with what they talking about. Because see, that's the part he can't refute, is what you're actually talking about. He want to talk about how your channel look, because he got stuff that glow in behind him, and he puts Vaseline on his lips. Yeah, I said it, sucker. Oh, at the end of the day, let me get back on point. At the end of the day, when you put all these praise on these people and they only live up to certain people's standards, you can't expect to say what you say and then expect everybody else to believe you, because in the real world, we all have our own opinions. And this is mine. You know what I mean? You don't have to listen to what I say, even though everything I say, you can go back and investigate it and find out that it's all true. Because we all do know he lost to Dimitri Bivol. We know that. We know he lost to Floyd. We do know he got caught using PEDs. We know all this stuff. It could be proven, right? So the praise and the non-praise of another guy, to me, is where the problem lies. And this is why I chose to do this video today, where you got a guy like Terence Crawford, after all he's done in the sport, people brushing him off like it's going to be some easy win for Canelo. At least tell the truth about the competition that each one of these people been fighting, where you can look at Terence Crawford and say, yeah, he working for his. Can't say the same thing about Canelo. Every once in a while, he'll give you a good fight or somebody with a name. Because if you ask me, Canelo, it's two more guys in the upper divisions he could have went to go see without even looking at Terence Crawford. But that's something that the Canelo lovers won't talk about. They won't say that, Canelo, why you ain't fighting Benavidez? Why that ain't happen? That's somebody his size. If y'all worrying about the size so much, why he ain't fighting him? And then it's another guy. What's my boy name? What's his name? Can't remember his name. But Bivol just lost to him. Bivol couldn't be. Archer better BF. He could fight better BF. Right? Canelo, those guys are your size. Right? So instead of you going to fight a Benavidez or a better BF, you think you got a better chance with Terence Crawford. And almost every situation I have always saw, the hare always beat the tortoise. The tortoise only beat the hare when the hare stopped moving. Right? So all Terence Crawford got to do is keep moving, keep that jab in Canelo's face, put some sting on it too, so when he do come a little bit forward, he can feel it. Got to put some pop on it, and do what you do defensively too. Don't stand there and be a target. And I promise Terence Crawford could beat Canelo Alverez. Is blueprints of how to beat Canelo Alvarez. It's been shown 2 times, really 4. Triple G showed it too, but he ain't getting his credit. Okay. But yeah, Bivol and Mayweather. Look at those 2 guys, and you can see easily how to beat Canelo Alvarez. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm going to come back again a couple times before this fight and talk about it some more. But what I need all of you to do is hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It don't cost you nothing. Just hit that subscribe button. It helps me out, get me a little kicked up. You know what I mean? And don't forget about your boy. And remember what I said. You know what I mean? Don't take it for a fact just because I said it. Do your own investigation. Look at those fights. Canelo versus Bivol. Canelo versus Mayweather. The blueprint is right there. Don't stand in his face. Give him different spots to move. All you got to do is stay moving. Hit him while you're moving. Hit him going forward a couple times. He's slow as hell. Stay underneath his punches. It's so many ways to beat Canelo Alvarez. But the thing that has not been shown is how to beat Terence Crawford, because it has never been done before. That's all I got. I see y'all all in the next one. I appreciate all of you all coming back and checking me out. Of course, you know, this is the way we are. The way it is, the way it should be, is not what it is right now. We living in crazy times here in America, but we ain't here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Canelo and Terence Crawford. And Terence Crawford gonna win that fight this weekend. Mark my word. See y'all in the next one. Deuces. I'm out.
This type of greatness born generation like through the Nile. And since then we dealt with betrayal, see through the smiles. It don't got a smile on me. As I go through this pain that pile on me, I hope that my family looking down on me. I hope that you never putting doubts on me. Word to follow my motto is only get to the green. Niggas want me like us. Nigga get you a team, get you your buzz. So y'all pussy boys start dick riding me.
I say Canelo losing 12. That's what I see on the cards. 8-4. That's what I got. We'll see though. Thank you all for watching. See y'all in the next one. Stop playing.
This is Young TP. You are listening to your Don't Listen podcast. Stop playing.